The next song on the record is called Under Lawless Skies. Um, Under Lawless Skies, another song that I wrote very late at night because sometimes after a couple of glasses of wine or something, I get a little crazy and I start thinking about stuff, and I just started thinking about how many people just don't have an opinion for themselves, that they decide to follow whatever else says, whatever other people say without even knowing it. I think that there's two types of people in this world. I think there's always going to be the sheeps that follow everybody, and then there's going to be the wolves. And I consider myself a go-getter, and I'm consider Kataklysm to be one of those bands that is not afraid of fighting for what it believes in. This is something that we created this band for that purpose of being rebellious towards things that we didn't find right growing up, and when we were in high school or whatever, and that's when we started. And I think that we're still out there giving a voice to this type of things. And Under Lawless Skies means that sometimes it's not about what people decide that is cool, it's about what you decide that makes the difference. And I pretty much like to be a trendsetter instead of being the guy that follows everything. And you could still stay still and not have an opinion, or you can raise it and do it the right way. You know what I mean? Instead of just being a sheep. There's way too many of those in this world. This is another personal song for me. Earlier in this year, I lost both my grandparents within 3 weeks' time. It was a very difficult moment for my family, especially for me. My grandparents raised me. They installed very good values in me, I would hope, and that I take to heart. And one thing that I noticed is that I saw, especially my grandfather in his last moments, him fading away, and just at some point saying, you know what, he goes, I've spent all my life fighting, surviving World War II and surviving so many things and giving everything for my family so that you guys would be good and everything. But I realized that now life has passed by and my time has come to go, and that and I realized that I could have done so many different things, and it's already gone. So the thing is this about the song is that it's dead and buried. It means that if you don't take care of doing things that you need to do in your life, and sometimes you just got to pull that trigger, and just go for it and do something that you believe in. I think that next thing you know, it's all over, and there's nothing you can do about it. And that really raised a lot of questions in my mind about how far you want to go with certain things. And I think that we've got to look at mortality as something that happens to everybody, whether you're rich, poor, big, small, skinny, tall, whatever, green, yellow. We're all gonna go the same place, and whether your beliefs are your beliefs, I believe that we're all gonna go in the same place. There's nobody escaping death. Death is part of living. It's something that we start doing. We start dying as soon as we are born, they say. So I believe that it's something that people should focus early in life, because when you know that time is not forever, I think it's good to focus and work hard on things that matter to you, whether it's your family, whether it's music, whether it's being a fan of music and enjoying. The word enjoying, I think, is important. Enjoy your life as much as you can. Be responsible. This song, for me, it's another thing that I noticed. This year I've been really focusing a lot about what I can gather about the world. For some reason, I didn't have much inspiration for a Kataklysm record before. I would say this year, early in the year, I started really getting a lot of influence, and especially with what happened with my grandparents, it made me open a lot my spirit and my mind. And this song, Darkest Days of Slumber, is more of a song about how I noticed that people are like, how do you say, they're just coasting through life. You know what I mean? They're kind of in this like paralyzed state. It's like coma state, I would say. That when you're walking through, you're just going through the motions in life and just being that type of zombie almost, like doing your routine. You can do your routine because not everybody has the opportunity to not do that, But there's a way that you can find happiness, I think, or a way to break that cycle. Some people, it's just like this thing where I find a lot of people are just like zombies walking around, just like, sometimes I go on tour, I come back, and years pass by, and I see the people that I've grew up when I was younger. Like some of them are just coasting. There's nothing. It's like flatline. Nothing's going on, and nothing is new, and nothing. They don't want to change. Kind of this imprisonment type of feeling. When I used to would be younger, I used to the early Metallica records used to impress me because most of them were always about imprisonment and always being like in these four walls. If you notice, sanitarium and all this stuff. So I think this song is kind of one of those songs that deals with that feeling of imprisonment. It's a lot of people feel like that. Some people know about it, and a lot of those people that know about it are extremely depressed people. You know what I mean? That see life in a very difficult, like in a very different or negative way. I'm a firm believer in working hard and getting stuff done, and sometimes you got to fall and get up. And as many of you have seen with Iron Will, if you've seen the DVD, if you haven't, you're missing a great documentary about a strong, a band that did everything it could to survive. And I think that Real Blood, Real Scars it's more of a personal song for me. Song that I wrote, a song that I wrote with a lot of passion because I've come to realize that 20 years later, I'm still doing what I love, and I consider myself extremely lucky. It was not without any sort of heartache or scars, but it was something that we did, that I did growing up. I didn't grow up in an easy environment. I grew up in a pretty rough area and was subject to a lot of different type of rules and different types of heartaches and hardship, I should say. And I think that the world, the way it's going, it's getting more and more world of entitlement, and I think that people expect things to be given, they expect things to be happening and easily, and they expect not to buy a record, they expect not to buy a song, they expect to get everything for free. I don't believe that's the way it should be. I believe that everybody deserves what they should get, and I think that they should get what they put in. So I might be old school like that, but I'm gonna die an old schooler, I guess, because that's where I'm going. And I have a 9-year-old kid, and my kid gets that type of education. I want him to know how hard sometimes life is, and it's nothing that you get is going to be given. You gotta go get it sometimes, and even if it's hard. So I'm a firm believer in that. So Real Blood, Real Scars, another very personal track for me. I think a lot of people can relate to the lyrics of that song.